Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Channel Dad Bryon Lape Reads. This time it's from CBR. Too long didn't read, so it's been circulating around. I think it's Ruby Rose has quit the Batwoman show, or she was fired or something. Hard to tell which. I saw a little bit of her Batwoman in one of the Crisis, because I've been watching them all out of order thanks to Netflix, the Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's about the only parts of the things I really Arrow. Yeah, I think it was Flash. I watched the one that was connected with Flash previously, so I've seen the Arrow one. God only knows when I'm going to be able to see the whole thing, if ever. But I thought she did okay, standing toe-to-toe against Supergirl. But, to each their own. And I've heard a lot of weird stuff about this show, that there's been stunt people hurt, and their budget's not that great, and there was an assistant or somebody, I don't know. But anyways, The Magicians is a show that I actually watched, and I had to go look up who Jade Taylor was because I couldn't remember. I mean, it's like many of these shows where they're like good for a season or two. Star Trek Next Generation was kind of the opposite, where it took them like a season and 2/3 to find their footing and find their ground, and then they were good for a while, and then it just got bloated. Eventually you believe your own crap. But so it apparently she's let it known that she wants to replace Ruby Rose. Now, I know there's been all kinds of scuttlebutt of Ruby Rose was gay and the character's supposed to be gay and they want a gay actress. I don't know what Jade Taylor, where she falls in on that. So, I know Magicians got canceled, and I hadn't seen it in so long. Not too long ago, I was watching new season. I had to go back and figure out who this character was. Like, I don't remember the actress. I like the blonde on The Magicians, the one that they kept talking about, like she was gotten some weird special powers and it's stronger than everybody, but doesn't ever seem to do anything. I don't even remember her name. Since Ruby Rose's departure from the CW's Batwoman, several actors have volunteered to replace her on the series, including Brooklyn 99's Stephanie Beatriz. Now it seems Magician's Jade Taylor wants to be considered as well. And this one I think is Ruby Rose, but apparently quite often the pictures of the Batwoman are not her. They're of her stunt woman. So since Ruby Rose is no longer playing Batwoman on Batwoman, I think we should cast someone with fighting skills like Krav Maga, I guess, who has already played a badass on screen the last 5 years and loves working crazy hours. And I think that was one of the things that people were talking about with Ruby Rose, that she, I guess she'd done small parts in movies, so she wasn't used to what it takes to be, the lead, and then being on a television show, that are very long hours, and then being low budget. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, that's what all the scuttlebutt is. Just saying the CW, I'm right here waiting. The actor went on to share a video of herself running through some fight choreography. This was apparently she did on Twitter. That's cool. So I guess these are the tweets. So since Ruby so there we go. And and I'm just going to leave this here. Now I've tried to play this for from some reason it doesn't play. I thought Jade was built a little bit differently when she was on The Magicians. I don't know. But she definitely has weak back muscles. Her shoulders are rounding forward. It tends to be the muscles here are too strong. I know because I have this problem. And it took me years of training my back better to even slightly improve it. So, although Rose did not provide a reason for her departure from Batwoman, a recent report claimed her exit was not 100% her decision. Rose starred as Kate Kane for Batwoman's entire first season, which ran for 20 episodes. What's crazy about it, because Batwoman shows up in the first a crossover from like a year ago, and because the way Netflix gets these various shows, I see them in very strange orders. I thought season 1 was like over. I thought they were in season 2. I had no idea that it had only been one season. I was like, wow, this feels like it's been going on for 3 years. It had been renewed for a second season. I've watched very, very little of it. My opinion is the writing is just horrible. And I don't necessarily know if I like the idea that, Bruce Wayne has disappeared or whatever, but, okay, fine. And Batwoman's a character that, unlike Batgirl, is really not popular. There's been multiple reboots of this, kind of like Captain Marvel, just can't seem to find its way. The current version is this lesbian version of, cousin of Bruce Wayne, as opposed to a love interest or anything like that. That's a recent incarnation, and I'm like, that's fine, but tell good stories, and you don't necessarily have to put people down, and that's part of the problem. Why it doesn't appeal to many people. Most people feel insulted watching it. Taylor, I guess, perhaps best known as her role as Kady Orloff-Diaz from Sci-Fi's Skiffies, The Magicians. Taylor's also appeared in True Blood and Murder in First. Returning to the scene. Okay. Well, it won't be starring Ruby Rose in 2021. I don't know why they even bothered putting her name here, but hey, anyways. But this is the CBR. A lot of Victoria's Secrets ads, and now we're into for Felicity's superhero debut. Felicity isn't. I don't know who this is. Yeah, it's another one. Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah, DC's Legends. I guess these are just all ads for. I was looking to see if there were comments or anything like that, but I don't see anything. Yeah, Legends of Tomorrow is another one. I like Katie Lutz a lot, but or Lutz, however you say her name, but the writing is getting really piss poor, and it's some of it is just because some of the BS they're trying to do. Plus, a lot of times when you have time shows like that, it really gets really difficult. They're all and much more believable in the fight scenes. It won't matter unless she checks the right see, that's the thing, is the right identity politics boxes. There are some people who say she has to be gay. They have to have a gay actress. And if that is true, I think it's very, very sad. But we'll see. It's called acting. And, Will and Grace had a character who is not gay, who played a gay character for a long time. Yeah, I just want good stories to be told, and don't preach to me. I mean, it's one thing to slightly raise social awareness, but you got to do it properly. You got to tell a good story first, and you can have a moral message in there. If you're just preaching to people, they're just going to turn it off. But like the CW stuff, like I said, Arrow came to an end. That was my favorite. The Flash is getting insufferable. Supergirl, the first season was okay. The second season for me was the best, and the best of what it does. And the second season was kind of just mediocre television, and then it's gone downhill. They're everybody's got to be gay or something. It's just I've got kind of get sick of it. Legends of Tomorrow seems to be very hit or miss. So one season will be good, the next season will be absolute garbage, and the next season will be better. So I don't know if they're rotating writing staff. I don't know what they're doing. But that one, sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's episode to episode. There are episodes that are good, and the next episode will just be, it's unwatchable. And so who knows? But that also may be, I think, tantamount to American television having too many episodes in a season for stuff like this. It just gets very thin, or you have to take a story and just really elongate it, and that to get the story arc for the season gets very, very thin. Might be why Once Upon a Time used to do a villain per half season. They'd have a main villain, something would happen, but they burn through all their content too quickly. So what do you think? Do you think Jade Taylor is going to make a good? I think she would make a good replacement. I still have a problem with the suit. Doesn't have superpowers. So outside of a female bodybuilder or something like that, I have a hard time believing that they'll take in men twice their weight. You get a 110-pound woman, in particular when they're up against someone who knows how to fight. I mean, it's some idiot like me who only sort of knows how to fight and took karate many years ago and doesn't study it. Yeah, you probably get a few shots in, but you're not going to pull me down as easily. I do lift weights. I do have strength in my lower legs, lower body. You get up on top of me, I can probably keep my balance. I also ski, so my balance is pretty good. But anyway, she was okay on The Magicians. Her character again was one of that. And again, it's how is it written? Sometimes her character was nice, and other times her character was a bit of a pain in the butt. But I think she's a capable enough actress and would be a little bit believable, especially if she gets her shoulders a little bit better and gets that back, the deltoids and the latissimus, the lats better, the delts here and the lats in the back, so that her shoulders pull back on her stance, so that she stands upright and shows that she has shoulder strength. And but who knows? Who knows? They might choose her. They might choose someone we've never heard of. I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm just kind of like, just do it like they did with the Batman when Michael Keaton did the first two, and then you had Val Kilmer and you had George Clooney. You just keep you don't reboot it. Just, you don't even say anything. You just switch the actors, kind of like the two Darrens and Bewitched. You just keep going. All right. So what do you think? Do you think she would make a good improvement, or do you think it's, I don't know. I mean, I really don't have, this is really just, I don't really have an idea. I mean, I think she'd be decent, but we'll see. Thank you very much, and see you later. Goodbye. That would help if I unmuted. Okay. How's the other thing look? I feel like I'm loud. Okay, that's fine. But okay, that's good. All right, something's buzzing. All right, 3, 2, 1.